the wild.
Okay, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the stinging nettle and how awesome this plant really is. Come with me, let's go and have a look at some nettles and I can tell you all about its medicinal values, its food, its minerals, its vitamins. This plant is packed with so much, it's blooming epic. Okay, so I'm in this patch of nettles right here. This plant is one of my favourites. The downside to it is that it stings you. Getting stung on my bum there by one. So that's why people don't use it as much, I find, because of the tax you have to pay when you get stung. And what you get stung by is these fine hairs, trichomes they're called. So when stinging nettles sting you, they're hairs, they're fine hairs off the flower, off the stem should I say. They're trichomes, which are like hypodermic needles. And when you get stung, the silica tip breaks off and goes into your skin. And what it releases is neurotransmitters, such like chemicals of oxalic acid, tartaric acid, formic acid, serotonin, acetylcholine, I believe that one is off the top of my head. And yes, I did say serotonin as well. Some people enjoy being stung by nettles, which is, I don't mind it, but I know some people really don't like it and some people really love it. So all these go into your body and they form that itchiness, that rash, that kind of irritation. People used to use, I know Romans used to use them to sting their legs to keep the blood flow going. I don't know how well that is, maybe that's something to look into. But you can mitigate the sting. And I'm just looking down here to see, but I'm not in the right kind of area to find any plantain. So what I would use for a stinging nettle sting is I would use plantain, ribwort plantain, greater plantain, those plantain plants that grow on well-trodden ground. So if you look on a football or a field or a pathway that's really trodden in, you'll find these plants, and they're really good for cuts, burns, bites, and stings, and they have antihistamines in them to take out and draw out that neutralize that sting. So remember, that's a really good one. People get confused and they like to use what is that plant of dock? Again, my brain. They like to use dock leaves. Dock leaves are soothing and cooling, but they don't have any antihistamine effect in them. So plantain, ribwort, and greater plantain are really good for mitigating stings, which is awesome. Nature's mega. How do you pick a nettle without getting stung? The best way to do it is early on in the season when they're about 3 or 4 inches off the ground. They don't really have, the hairs haven't really become strong enough to pierce your skin, which is really good. And now you come to it, you can wear gloves. I do recommend it. But if you do want to pick it, if you come up from underneath the plant, here we go, we get one there. You come up from underneath and you'll go underneath those fine hairs, which will stop you getting stung. Now this time of year, we're end of September, so we're right at the end of the season. I found a nice sunny patch where they grow, which is really important. We're wanting the seeds off these because as a nutritional plant, these pack so much nutrition in them. When I was living as a hunter-gatherer in the Stone Age, this is true, yes I was on Channel 4 Surviving the Stone Age, and we gathered so many nettles for their seeds because of the nutritional value that they have. So with this nettle as well, 30% dry mass of the leaf is protein. Yes, 30% of the dry mass of leaves is protein, which is crazy to think about. It's a lot of protein from a green source. With that as well, the minerals it contains is non-heme iron, which is really important in your body for fighting fatigue and staying strong. Calcium for your bones. Magnesium is so important. I think I was reading an article the other day about how we lack so much magnesium in our diet. So a good way of getting your magnesium in, it has carotenoids in it. It's really rich and super high in vitamin C, which is amazing. I'm going to compare it to an orange right now. So something like 100 grams of dry tissue mass of the nettle, it contains 240 milligrams of vitamin C compared to 100 grams of orange, which contains about 53 milligrams of vitamin C, which is crazy when you think about it. I always assumed oranges had loads of vitamin C in them, but it turns out nettles have more, and they pack so much more in there with that iron, non-heme iron, calcium, magnesium, carotenoids in there. What a wonderful medicinal plant we have here. Like, it's amazing. Just avoid the stings. This plant here I have is a male plant. You can see it's a male plant because right here, let's get nice and close, and I'll show you the difference between a male plant and a female plant. Here we go. Let's pick these ones. So on the screen here, you can see that this one here has far more bunches of seeds than this one here. These ones tend to stay a bit more erect and a bit out like that. The female, that's male. Female in bunches together, hanging down, plenty of them. These are the seeds you want to collect. They are really easy to collect. I've just picked this one. You can pick quite a few of these in a go. And what I'll do with the seeds is I'll collect a load of these plants up, and then I'll get all the seeds together. You can dry them out, or what you can do is remove them from what they hold onto on the plant. Just rub them around in your hand, and that breaks the seeds away from their little holdy place here. Technical term, holdy place. And then you get all these seeds here like that, which you can dry out for a couple of days. They're great energy boosters. I was just running you see in my previous video, I would just run a 50-mile ultra race with no training. And on the way around, I was eating handfuls of these seeds here to give me a bit of an energy boost because they are just delicious. Okay, so with the nettles I've got here, plus the ones I foraged earlier, let's go and separate the seeds so we can contain them later on, and then I can dry them later on, sorry. Oh yeah, one other thing that I forgot to mention with nettles. Nettles help with seasonal allergies. If you drink lots of nettle tea, it can just help with those seasonal allergies, you know, like hay fever and stuff like that. I've heard lots of people say, I've read studies on the fact drinking nettle tea helps lower their allergies that they have in the summertime and stuff like that. So check that out as well. That's pretty mega from one plant that is abundant everywhere. Right, let's go and separate some seeds. Boom. Okay, so I've got all my nettles here, which is pretty cool. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull off all the seeds onto my little mat so I don't lose any. I can collect stuff up afterwards. And I can save the leaves up later for drying as well. Right, let's cut to me with all my seeds done. There you go, there's my pile of nettle seeds right there. Pretty amazing. Nice big handful of them. Right, let's get separating these. See, that's all the leftovers there. Chuck that to one side. Pick out any bits of debris that you don't want in. There we go, look at that pile there. It's a nice pile of nettle seeds there. I'll put them in a pot in a moment, use them to dry. So I've got all my nettle seeds here. What a collection. Didn't really take too long to harvest that. Go out and harvest your nettle seeds. If you want, wear gloves, recommend it. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one. To the wild.